Hey, everybody, get ready. This is the American Car Classics radio program.
Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of RE/MAX Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Most movement I've seen out of you today so far, Mike. That was good.
Tough to move around.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so welcome back, everybody.
Not for nothing. We had to listen to your introduction again.
Yeah, I didn't ask him to do that. Listen, that's love right there.
Is it? Jesse's showing you some love.
And I got a text right before we went on air from Wayne.
Right.
The voice
of the company.
Of Vero, Planet Vero, that's right. Which, Planet Vero still Planet Vero?
It is today.
Today. I think it won't be as of Friday. It might not be.
Things are happening and changing. Jesse, this is Jesse. He's our producer, and Jesse and his wife Kim. You want to talk about anything or something real quick or what?
Well, yeah. Well, Evergreen Media, together with Idea Garden, we've been partners, and now Evergreen Media is Planet Vero. And so, yeah, we're really excited for the switch.
And I saw, Jesse, a promo listed up in the green room that you are doing a show November 18th. You're going to be the Soul Man.
I am the Soul Man. Yes, that's Wine, Women, and Shoes. And
this is your show? You're doing Wine, Women, and Shoes?
Yeah, it's a big show. It's not just me. It's like 20 other soul guys.
Oh, okay.
And we are raising
soul like in Blues Brothers.
No,
soul,
SOLE, like
okay, gotcha.
like soul.
Gotcha.
Yeah, play on words there.
You're right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're raising money for We Venture, and it supports female
entrepreneurship. That's right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right.
So it's going to be a great show, and please donate to me if you do.
So Jesse, where do they get a hold of that at? What's this at?
You just look for it online.
Okay.
And that's Wine, Women, and Shoes 2021.
Awesome. So congratulations to Jesse and
his wife Kim and the rest of the girls back there.
Erita and Julie, yeah.
That's right. So a lot of things are going on and change. And I talked to Jesse and do this real quick because Dolphin Auto, we're doing a lot of change and growing, and the radio show is doing a little bit change and some growing maybe.
Right.
And Steve, you go through your stuff that you go through at home in the shop and everything else. And I talk about, Mike, that you used to come by a lot, and we used to see a lot of each other and at dinners. And it's more than just COVID. It's my mom is 89. And she's the busiest woman I've ever met. I mean, just 89, president of an HOA. She runs parts for us. I mean, she's just everywhere. Always something that's, as we get older in life, it seems like we're getting busier.
Right, but they'll always tell you they're always home.
Yeah.
I get that from my dad. I'll go by his house. He's 86. Yeah. I go by his house. He's never home. And I'll say, well, where were you? He's always just at Walmart. I only just went to the post office. What, all day? What do they walk around Walmart? Or they, hang out at the post office all day? I don't know what
they used to walk the malls. I used to see old people walking malls when I was young and hang out at the mall. My mom has no patience. None.
None.
Does your dad got patience?
She didn't pass that down to you.
No. Does your dad have patience?
No.
Okay.
They got a short fuse.
Yes,
now.
yeah.
They're always grumpy.
Yeah. Not in a hurry to go anywhere, but don't want to wait for anything.
No, especially if you take them out to dinner. They always want to send food back. This isn't cooked right. What's a hamburger?
My mom's got a box, and we're not even done with the freaking meal yet. I was like,
right. I got to come home. My dad. I didn't order that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So we had just real quick. We had a car show that was canceled on Sunday because the Bob Hemlick, the guy at High Performance Promotion.
That's right.
He's very sick. Him and his wife got sick. They didn't get COVID, but it was a bad case of the flu.
Okay.
So they canceled the show on Sunday. So,
And where's
hopefully-
this?
That was at Space Coast Harley last
Sunday.
Sunday, just that passed. They
Okay.
had to cancel the show because he's sick. So hopefully he gets better because he does hold a lot of shows, high performance
Yeah.
promotions. They're doing shows all over the
Yeah.
place.
He brings music in. He does
Yeah.
a lot with it. It's a full blown something. So
Yeah, so hopefully him and his wife get.
well, we hope
that.
so.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you can always tell that it's getting nicer because there's a lot more cars out. I'm seeing more cars that I haven't seen before. Driving through Sebastian, driving through Grant,
Yeah.
driving through Vero Beach.
Yeah.
There are cars coming out of the woodwork now.
Yeah.
Either that or more people move down from up north.
I got to see. I went to Todd's shop today, and I got to see the '73 Cuda that he has.
Right?
Yeah, this thing. It's full tub. It's a Pro Street car.
Yeah.
It had a cage in it. They cut it out. It's a 443
446
six pack.
Yep.
It's an automatic transmission car, but it's a great little car and all this. And he's not going to hold on to it probably.
He's not going to keep it.
No, but it's a good looking car, and it's fun to look at it and see. And this thing's been sitting docile for a decade, so it's just cool to see those things pop out, and he's going to get into a home somewhere, probably local. So
Right.
that'll be cool.
But but have you noticed a lot more cars have been driving around
lot more.
that I haven't seen before?
No. Yeah, we see him right here on the US 1 as we're out, on a road, and we get to see him. We hear. Good thing is we're on the kind of a bend, and we can hear exhaust. We can hear a good system coming
by
a little
you,
bit.
driving past your shop.
Yeah. So if we're not too much, we can lean our head over real quick and check and see what that is driving by. More often than not, it's just a big truck or something. But
Yeah, I was behind a guy yesterday, and it looked like an old Buick Electra. Big car. It was huge. He had dual exhaust on it, and the dual exhaust was too low.
oh
There was, it looked like he did it himself.
Yeah.
And if he went over any kind of speed bump, forget it. He was dragging that thing.
yeah.
But it was a big Buick Electra. They're big cars.
When we built John Weir's '68 Chevelle,
Right.
we had that problem that the headers. And we put drop spindles on it, which he hated, and he had us go back up with.
Right.
But we went through 3 different sets of headers. On your Camaros, your Chevelle, you're uptight with headers? I mean, there's a lot of brands that right one hangs a lot
I had
lower.
the hooker headers, then they were fine. They were up high. Yeah.
I'm buying mostly Hedman just because I like how they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, we got a couple shorty sets in for the Nova and for the Camaro we're doing, and I think that I like those better because I don't have to worry about it, the long tube.
Yeah, but it's also the width of the tube too. I know my hooker headers were, I think, 2.5 inch.
Instead of the 3.
Yeah, they were kind of. I had to grind down the steering column on the inside
Yeah, to get to clear.
to clear the headers because the tubes were pretty big.
Yeah,
They might
my
have been
black
3 inch.
69s like that. They ball peened the headers in.
Yeah.
And then they took out the right rear bolt on the steering gearbox and put a smaller bolt in it.
Right.
And the headers are still hitting it. I got to pull it back off and
Yeah,
do it right.
even the high valve covers were hitting my brake booster. So I had to trim the brake booster a little bit because I had the big
The
brake
case, yeah.
Yeah, so there's things you got to do, and everybody does them. So
Say something about ball peened the headers. I know what that means. Tell our listening audience what ball peening a header is.
Put a nice little indentation in it to clear something. I mean, the guy did it on the black 69, but I mean, like, you can't even slide a dime through it. So when that motor torques over,
Yeah.
or if the motor just camming, it's going to hit the header, and then you're going to feel it through the
Yeah.
whole drive line of the car.
Well, if you're in the middle of a corner and you're accelerating hard and it leans on your steering shaft and you can't unturn.
Well, that's what would happen with my Chevelle. Sometimes I would get if I got on the car, you could actually feel the header hitting the steer.
It vibrate through
the shaft. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was tough.
Right. So somewhere you can shim the motor mount some,
Well, that's what we did. We raised it up a little bit.
but then
It's still,
then you hit the valve cover on the booster.
the valve cover on the booster.
Right.
So there was there's so many things you could do, but we did trim the booster down, and we trimmed the steering column down, the shaft.
You can't trim the valve cover down.
Can't trim the valve cover down. Or you have to get the lower valve covers,
No.
which didn't fit on the roller motor.
Right.
So it's
Right.
It's
Well, let me do a couple minutes then on Lucy. Lucy is our 70 Nova. This is what she's called because the woman that owned her originally for her whole life of the car, except when she willed it to her grandson, her name was Lucille, so we named her Lucy. And the big thing was we're going to drive this to Chattanooga. We've got a big trip coming up, and we're still going to do this. And the bet is that Kenny doesn't get the exhaust system done in time. I think the exhaust system's done. I just don't have the motor. No. We went to go put your motor, Mike, in that you had in the 55 Chevy that came from North Carolina.
Yep.
Someone in affiliation with the Rick Hendrick stables. So we got to believe the motor is something.
Pretty solid, right.
So I grabbed the harmonic balancer, and I could do this back and forth spin, and I got a couple degrees, and I can still move the motor kind of free. Okay. Prompted me to pull a valve cover. It's very clean, but I had play in it, and I don't know what changed there. There's a button like a push from the inside, like the cam forks walked forward.
Right.
I knew it couldn't walk that far forward, so I pulled the cover. Now I've got the pan off. Now I've got an oil pump in it. I've got the oil pan, the timing cover. The timing chain was fine, but we've gone through and done all this. Well, I'm this far away. It's 22 bolts. I'm going to do the head gasket because I'm there. I want to see if the bottom is stock or not.
Right,
And what.
yeah.
So now we do all this. So the motor is now back together with the tranny on it, and it's in the car.
Okay.
We ended up going front wheel disc brakes, all new suspension front, all new rear, fuel sending unit, tank down. Tank is beautiful inside. Went through, had a pinion seal, so we did all that. 272 is my highway gear.
Okay.
A 272?
That's a little.
It's like I could put it in my front pocket.
And was it a 10-bolt rear?
10-bolt rear.
350 tranny.
350 tranny that's got a little kit in it, so it should get there and go. And so we're gonna have fun with this. So we should have. If I'm missing spindles, I can't find them. We did get a sway bar. Didn't have a sway bar with a 6-cylinder, so we got a sway bar.
Right.
I put that in it. So I put new coilovers in the rear to hold the tires up off the wheel well a little bit. The rear was off a little bit. I was rubbing on one inner right rear, but I was not rubbing on the other, so I shifted
Nova.
over.
Typical Nova.
And then,
It's just like the Chevelles. The rear end's always over to one side, you know.
Typical Nova.
so we did that, put new shocks on the front. I saved all the old parts, the front drum brakes and all that.
Right.
So we'll have I'm a driver here next Wednesday.
Everything but air.
There's not going to be air or radio. No radio, no. Tiana, look, this trip we're taking, I said, man, we should get a speaker box, to plug the phone into.
Right.
Just for those awkward moments when we get done, there's nothing left to say to each other.
All right.
I love you.
Bring plenty of gummy bears.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So he's going to drive the Nova next Wednesday. So I'm going to drive the orange car and ride on the side of him
There you go.
Okay.
and mess with him.
Okay. I'll one wheel peel you until it falls off, man.
You can't hear the orange car now. It's got mufflers on it.
Oh,
now.
does it? Yeah.
That thing is a stealth mobile.
There you go.
People ain't going to know it hit him. It's quiet. The X pipe versus the H pipe,
Right.
totally different.
Much
X
better.
pipe was so quiet.
You did that yourself?
No, I had Fred at AC Automotive. The car had the full length exhaust on it, X pipe and all, but it never put mufflers on it. That's why it was so loud.
Right.
Now it's got Flowmaster Super 40s under it,
Very good.
but you ain't going to hear it coming.
Good.
Yep.
All right, we'll go on a break. Jess?
Have you shopped at the Habitat Restore lately? This is one place that everyone must visit. It's become a regular weekly stop for many who love the thrill of discovering all the newly arriving merchandise. We become popular because of the generosity of so many Indian River County residents and businesses that donate goods. To start with, we have a deconstruction crew that removes building materials for the purpose of reuse. Through resale, the Restore continues to support the Habitat goal of serving families in our county. Of course, there's more to see. The Restore's massive showroom displays furniture for every room, all in great condition. Shoppers will love the layout, which separates departments including plumbing, home accessories, electronics, lawn and garden, tools, sporting goods, seasonal goods, and more. The Indian River County Habitat Restore is at 4580 North US Highway 1, just north of 45th Street. Tax-deductible donations can be dropped off, or we'll come and pick them up for free. Online at irchabitat.org.
Treasure Coast Automotive of Vero Beach is your full-service automotive service center, specializing in all types of auto diagnostics on both foreign and domestic makes and models. Located at 795 8th Court in Vero Beach, they authorize computerized alignments and tire service, from tire repairs to full tire replacement with accurate road force wheel balancing. So whether you need an oil change, brakes, a tune-up, or anything to keep your vehicle running great, you can find it at Treasure Coast Automotive. Got a pickup truck? Treasure Coast also does lift kits, lowering kits, and aftermarket accessory installation. Give them a call at 772-794-9061.
Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning has been serving Indian River and Brevard County since 1993. Do you have carpet stains that keep coming back? Do you have tile and grout that looks dark and nothing seems to brighten them up? Do you have spills or grime on your couch or recliners? Well, Heaven's Best can solve all of these problems at a very reasonable price. We guarantee our pet-safe solution will dry in just 1 hour, so you don't have to wait before you can start walking on your carpet again. They also clean Oriental and area rugs. Just call Keith at 772-643-6999 and schedule your cleaning today.
Everybody, welcome back. I had to send a quick text. Keith's not here to yell at me, so, get away.
Pay attention, Kenny. Put your phone down.
Get away with murder while the teacher's not here. So we do think Keith will be back next week, and it'll be good to see him and talk a little bit and find out what's been going on with him and how life is and what he has planned for fall and all that stuff. So during break, we got to do a little bit more talking. We talked a little bit about Lucy, our 70 Nova, and the trip to Chattanooga that we're doing. On the fence back and forth on what you do and trailering the car up. Do you just take the drive? And
Right.
back in the day, it was everything our parents did was to get in these cars and drive across the country.
Yeah.
No fear.
No fear.
2 spare tires, but no fear.
And a jack.
And a jack, right.
And a tire
I
iron.
remember when I was younger, I graduated in 95, but like back then, everybody drove their cars on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you don't see any street cars. So like, I drive this and I leave it at the house.
Right.
It's like, it made 450 horsepower. It's not a race car, dude. You can
Right.
drive it.
Right.
I'm setting all my cars up to drive, and if you don't have like 450 horsepower, you ain't allowed in my driveway.
It's a new speed sign.
And it's amazing. The new cars are coming out with ridiculous amount of
I
horsepower.
talked about your truck.
Right. Yeah. Well, I just read an article. The Dodge Ram TRX.
The TRX, though, right.
It's 800 or 700 horsepower.
Right.
Well, there's a truck company called Revion.
Yes.
They're coming out with an electric truck. The truck is really beautiful. It's a little bit less money than the Ram TRX, and they're talking 800 horsepower on electric. And they're saying each wheel has its own electric motor. Well, I think Motor Trend took this Revion truck out with the TRX out into the beaches and the sand and the mud, and the electric truck just blew it away.
Now, is that all-wheel drive?
All-wheel drive.
Because all the electric cars are all-wheel drive.
Right.
Because it makes no sense to only have a 2-wheel drive electric car. It's so easy to transverse it in.
Well, the
and
thing
through.
with the Ram truck is all-wheel drive all the time.
Okay, yeah.
The TRX.
Okay.
The Revion, I'm assuming there might be a switch because you could either use the 2 motors or 4 motors, but each
But
tire
front or rear.
Right. So, but each tire has its own motor. It's got 4 motors in it. It's about 70,000. But the truck is absolutely beautiful.
You could just turn the left rear motor on and just sit there and peel the
That's it. That's it. And no noise, but
no, just smoke roaring.
all this
It's
torque
crazy.
at it.
It's
Right.
going now, yeah.
All this
Right.
torque out of these electric motors are just ridiculous.
Julie Byron got her new Ford
Bronco.
Did your
Right.
son? Do you know anything about his?
He's waiting for next year because he was going to get the 2020, I guess it came out.
2020.
And I guess there was a lot of problems with the paint on the Broncos.
Okay. Julie shouldn't worry about that.
No, I guess the back covers on them.
Yeah.
I guess the paints are fading.
Yeah.
But then he found out that Ford's going to be coming out with a Raptor Bronco.
I remember the old one. Yeah.
So I guess maybe it's a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more a little bit bigger tires and all that stuff. Because I
Right.
know they have the Bronco Sport, and then they have the Bronco that they just released, I think, in August.
Right.
The newer Bronco, the bigger size Bronco. So I don't know, we'll see.
You've ridden an electric car, the Tesla.
yeah, your Tesla. Yeah,
You've driven it.
I've never driven it.
Okay.
I don't really like them, only because I like to see a dashboard.
Yeah, there's not. It's a shell, right?
Yeah,
Just the iPad.
right. It's just an iPad, but I know I guess their version of the SUV. I forget what it's called. The Tesla that has a dashboard.
Okay.
The new Rivian truck, that's going to have a dashboard. It almost looks like the Honda truck was at the Ridgeline.
Yeah, right.
It almost looks like
Good looking
that.
truck.
And they're coming out with that, and also a suburban type looking car.
This is the future, it seems. It's not going to go away. Even
Yeah.
with the Chevy Volt and the massive $2 billion recall.
Right.
I guess it's you, Steve, you've been in a Tesla. You've driven one. What?
Yeah.
You like them? I mean, what do you think?
I'm all right with them. I like the performance of them, but like me, I want to hear it and feel it.
You want
Yeah.
to be able to hear it. Yeah, I
So-
know. That's
so-
the biggest thing. So what do you put like noise coming out of the
Well,
thing?
they're talking by 2035.
I
if
just
everybody
didn't
gets
see
their
it.
way,
I don't see
They're
it.
going to
I don't know.
end
It's like-
combustion engine.
Look at the Priuses back in the day. They kind of faded out. Am I wrong?
No,
Right.
they faded out.
I think that's what's going to happen to this electric car. People are going to get in and they're going to realize it's too much. They don't like them.
Yeah, and then I read another article I read today that GM is doing away with their LT5 crate motors. They're not going to be selling them anymore.
Which means the value's just going to.
Right. So,
I'm sure they'll come up with something new.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I think that it's transitioning. I think that the government, I mean, here again is the force, the what they really need to have happen is a lot of change. The whole world is all about the climate change, and I think it's having a big impact on these big companies that have to succumb to, we need the government to allow us to, do this tax wise or whatever, smog wise or whatever, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Chrysler. They were talking about, we'll put an SRT10 in the minivan, but now look at them. They're going electric too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Mike, I got a tech talk question, and you got
go ahead,
car
do
show
your tech
stuff.
talk question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me pull that out of my butt.
One.
Yeah.
Pitiful.
Listen,
He's not
pitiful.
prepared either. Look, he's,
Listen,
he's
and
looking for the paper.
I got a story on a 63. Yeah, wow, man. So a lot of stuff we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
This is from Ian Parker, and Ian writes on Facebook, and he says, "Hey guys, love the show. I have a '64 Chevy Impala. He says his rocker panels are shot. I'm rusting. He says my outer floor pans are not much better. He says, where do I start? He wants to know that the rocker pans, he's saying, are not the rocker arms on the bottom are not meeting the floor pans anymore at where they would normally have your joint. Todd's not here to help with this, whatever, but I've just done some recently, and you worked in a shop and did some stuff, and so maybe we can help him out. But his question is, he doesn't know what to connect first. Do I go back on with a rocker panel and create that new on the outside, or do I try to build my floor back out to what's left of the rocker panel and then finish that up to where you can see it together? I know on the 88 K5 that we're doing that there was enough floor pan left on the driver's side or on the passenger side to work, but the driver's side we had to recreate, and we did the rocker first, but all of it goes together. There's a triple meshing of all the metal, rolling of the lips, and there's a lot of seam sealer and stuff inside there. So what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I think on the Impala, the rocker arm is going to be a long, straight shot. It's kind of like the Camaros and the Chevelles. So honestly, if you did the rocker arm, you could probably frame your way in. If that was my preference, I would probably do the rocker arm first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Because the floor, you could add material, take material away. Usually when you do a floor pan, it's usually, they always give you a little extra material.
Yeah.
So I think I would do the rocker, being you could do a straight shot, make it straight. As long as you make it straight and where it needs
Yeah.
to be, you can
And
always
then
bring
trim
the
the
floor to
pan
it.
back out, the floor pan back out to the rocker.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Ian, thank you for writing it. I do appreciate it. Guys, we'll get back to a little bit more normalcy, like I said, and we'll get back to more of your questions. So, Mike, what do you got?
Real quick, Friendly's Car, Truck, and Bike Show, 1011 East O'Galley Boulevard. That's on October 14th. That's at night, 5 o'clock. October 17th, Sunday, the Majors Golf Club Car and Truck Show. Mayor's Gold Club, 3375 Bayside Lakes Boulevard up in Palm Bay. That's from 10 to 2. And Dunkin' Donuts Beachside, October 30th. That's all we got right now. There'll
Okay.
be more coming in. We got one at the Elks and Sebastian, but we'll figure that out when it comes.
Yeah,
I think that's November 14th.
And we're getting to a little bit cooler weather.
Yeah.
We got a little taste of it, so we're really happy about that. A little bit drier weather, so maybe we know that things are going to start changing for the better.
Right.
We know that snowbirds are going to start coming back down before Halloween even gets here. So,
All right. Put
hang
the
on.
pedal to the metal. We're out of here.
See you.
Y'all come back now, you hear?